Howdy neighbors, today I'm leaving the cozy comfort of my office and taking you on a little road trip to a place that's very neighborly, the local park. So let's head over there right now, and I'm going to talk with you about how to create a proper social media system for your business. Let's head on over there. I made it to the local park. In my infinite wisdom, I decided to start filming outside in the middle of December, so it's a little chilly out, but better than usual. And it's also not as neighborly as I thought, being that there's absolutely no one here, but that's okay. Well, let's start talking about your social media system and how you should be using it for your business. On the drive over here, I was trying to think about how to make a connection between coming to the park and a social media system. I guess I could say that the city of Ann Arbor, where I live, has a pretty decent, really decent park system. There's tons of parks, and I would assume they have a system in place as far as they have people in certain positions. They have goals as far as how they take care of the parks. They have schedules, especially during the summer, like how often it gets mowed, or they have a nice little pavilion over here that they schedule out for picnics and whatnot, and they have a soccer field way over there where I know they have rec leagues that go on. So there are a lot of systems that take place in regards to this park. So that's the lame connection I'm making between coming to the local park and your social media system. Now, one of the key factors that affects your social media system is the size of your business or organization. Obviously, there's a big difference between coordinating 100 people or 3 people. And just like when you implement any other system in your business, the amount of people affects how complicated it can be. And if you're trying to coordinate a social media strategy amongst multiple people or even multiple departments, it can be much more lengthy and time-consuming and more complicated. But at the same time, you also have a lot more resources as far as people providing great ideas for the strategy and also for the content that you'll create to attract people to your online presence and to represent your brand. The first key component of a social media system for your business is a social media policy. And the main reason behind having a policy is to set the expectation with your employees about what can and cannot be done with social media. And that not only affects your corporate business accounts, but also your employees' personal accounts. Now, I mention employee personal accounts because anyone that uses Facebook frequently enough has probably had multiple Facebook friends post long rants about, I hate my job, or my boss at XYZ company sucks, or he made me work an extra hour, or blah, 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 and complain. Now, I am usually tempted to want to tell these people a couple of things. One, you're very lucky you have a job right now. And two, instead of complaining about it, do something about it. But that's not really the point of this video. The point is, from the business aspect of the social media policy, is you need to make sure you set the expectation of what people can and cannot say about the business. You don't want to have a lot of negativity out there about your brand and your business. And you also don't want them giving out proprietary information, even accidentally. So the social media policy, basically what it is, it's a first line of defense as far as mitigation of risk for the employer, you, and the employee. So you understand, both parties understand what the expectations are at the beginning of employment.
But baby, it's cold outside. But baby, it's cold outside. Been hoping that you drop in.
Lesson for the kids, don't forget your gloves. The next component of your social media system would be is who's spearheading the efforts, who's the go-to person in your organization, who's running the show when it comes to social media, the person who's keeping track of the goals and strategies. of your social media campaigns. Now, if you have multiple departments, I'd recommend you have somebody spearheading the social media effort in each department, and then they report back to one central person, so that you know that you're reaching your strategies, your targets, and your goals, and getting a return on investment for the money and time that you're spending. Now, as far as the main person spearheading the effort, I would say that you don't want to have a social media circus. So you don't want them acting like a ringmaster or someone who runs a circus. And I wouldn't necessarily say you want a social media army either, where they're acting like a strict general. You want someone in the middle.
Here I am, stuck in the middle with you. Yes, I'm stuck.
Someone who isn't going to drive everyone absolutely crazy, but someone who's also very structured and organized and knows how to create these social media campaigns and lead you toward your goals and guarantee an ROI that's worth the time and money. Another key component of your social media strategy, and probably the most important, has to do with content. And the first part of this is understanding your target market and exactly what they want to watch, see, read, hear, and having a really good understanding of what your target market wants. And a lot of that can be done through asking, hey, what do you want? Through social media and through surveys, and if you have a current client base, asking them what they'd like to see, and then really giving it to them. Because the more that you can make something personally relevant to your target market, the more they're going to want to feel like they want to share it with other people who are similar to them, who are probably also your target market. So that's really important. The other part of content has to do with the type of content that you create and how that relates to the target market. Who's going to create the content, what type it's going to be, if it's a lot of audios or videos or infographics or normal graphics or ebooks. And the last component would be is who's going to work on sharing this stuff? What social media channels are you going to put this out on? And what's the scheduling of this content? Based on analytics and tracking that you do, you'll end up changing this over time, but it's an analysis of when you share this content, what time of day works best for which type of content, on which days does it work better, on which social media channels. You'd be amazed at how different these statistics are based on the channel and the time of day and the type of content and your target market. And it's all things that you need to track to make these campaigns worthwhile. Now, the last part of this social media system that ties it all together, and probably what I should have talked about at the beginning of all this, was your goals. Because it doesn't make any sense to do anything in business unless you have an understanding of why you're doing it and then setting goals that you need to reach. And so you need to understand why you're doing social media. Is it purely for lead generation? Is it for customer feedback or customer service to help with product creation? Or just general brand awareness. Now, once you have those goals and you sort of laid out a plan to reach those goals, you need to have a way to track them. And this is done through a lot of software and analytics and tracking. I've posted another video on my blog where if you go and search for, I believe, analytics or social media tracking, you'll find a blog post where I go into detail about different tools that you can use to track this stuff. But it's from tracking everything from how many retweets and mentions you get on Twitter to comments and shares on Facebook. You can look at the demographics of people that are interacting on a Facebook fan page and get a good understanding of who's really engaged with your content and making sure that matches with your target market. Or maybe you'll find a new sub-market who's interested in what you sell and you didn't even realize it. And so it's important that you're tracking all these things on probably at the very least, a monthly basis so that you can see where you're at, continue to move forward, and reach the goals that you set at the beginning of the system that you put together. Well, that's all I got for you today regarding the social media system for your business. Now I'm gonna pack it all in and head back to my office and get a warm cup of cocoa because my hands are freezing.
Coffee, decaf, tea, and hot chocolate. Those are the hot drinks that you serve, so get set. Hot cups come in 2 sizes. Small and large to fill as the need arises.
So thanks for taking a trip with me today to the park, and I'll see you next time, neighbors. See you, neighbors. See if I can fit in. Oh, man.
Coffee, decaf, tea, and hot chocolate. Those are the hot drinks that you serve, so get set. Hot cups come in 2 sizes. Small and large to fill as the need arises. Coffee's holding time, it's 30 minutes, that's so long. It can stay there before it starts to taste too strong. Hot, hot, careful when you pour it. Hold it steady upon the counter, let it sit. Pour it in until the coffee reaches the line. Pop a top on it, gets a lid every time. Wendy's coffee tastes so fine. Hot drinks really get you going. Warms you up when you feel you're slowing. Wendy's, we always serve it right away. Have a smile and have a nice day. Next is the caffeine brew, it's just like coffee. Use the orange pot, it makes it easier to see. But if you're using the packets in your store, put it in the small cup, and furthermore, add hot water up to the line and stir it in. Put a lid on and serve it on a tray again. Get a small cup when you're ready for hot tea. Fill with hot water, it's easy as can be. Put the lid on and set the tea bag on the top. If they want lemon, it's very nice. Don't think twice, give the guests a juicy slice. Hot drinks really get you going. Warms you up when you feel you're slowing. Wendy's, we always serve it right away. And a smile and have a nice day. Grab a small cup when you're making hot cocoa. Pour the packet and then you add your H2O. Use a clean spoon and stir it till it's all mixed up. Toss the spoon out and put